Madam Finance Minister, thank you very much for giving us a little of your time today. I know you've been a very busy woman today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. So, talk to me about Nigeria's financial outlook this year, because this year is almost over. This year and then early next year. What is the financial outlook of Nigeria?
Well, we're in a good place as far as growth is concerned. We have recorded 7 quarters of consecutive growth. The last quarter, Q2 2022, was 3.54% growth. And we're projecting that the 2022 year will also close at a growth of about 3.5% year end. 2023, we're also projecting an even higher growth. And people ask me why when there's an election. And an election period actually is a period where you see a lot of spending within with the campaigns, and also with funding the election itself. It's big spending for election. So we have in Nigeria in 2023, we have an election. We also have a population census that is going to happen. All of that requires a lot of, so when government spends, is paying for goods and for services, and there's this trickle-down effect that improves the performance of the economy. So we expect a higher growth in 2023 than 2022, and then a slight dip in the outer year of 2024. Our projection is that in the next 15 years, Nigeria's economy will reach a $1 trillion size in terms of. That's a very significant in terms of GDP. Nigeria is still the largest economy in Africa, and we're seeing the expansion in nominal GDP year on year. A bit slow in the last couple of years, since we've been grappling with the effects of COVID, with the effects of Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, and also we're currently grappling with managing inflation. We have inflation now trending as high as 20%. The major concern for us is that the largest component is food inflation, and food inflation has an direct impact on the population. So we're taking measures to rein in inflation, especially food inflation, by addressing the largest push, which is the logistics. Is the logistics cost that is high for us. Food prices at farm gates have lowered, but because of the high cost of logistics at the markets, the food prices are high. So we're trying to address transportation costs. We're also trying to address the cost of energy, because energy cost is also high and is also adding to the logistics. The outlook is promising. We're here in New York seeking to strengthen our partnerships and also forge new ones, inviting investors to come and invest in the different sectors in our economy, from the agricultural sector to energy, manufacturing, financial services is doing very well in the country, but information technology and the digital economy is also providing a lot of opportunities, especially for the digital survey entrepreneurs. So Nigeria is ready for business, and it's open, and we're listening to what the investors want, and we will design fiscal policies that will support investment inflow into the country.
Talking about investors coming to Nigeria, how will their investments be protected? Talking about policies to invest in Nigeria, how will they be protected in terms of when they invest, the profits they get to repatriate it back to where they are or reinvest it? How will their investment be protected, if I may ask you, Madam?
So when you say protection, let me just say that Nigeria has never appropriated any investment. So when you come in as an investor in Nigeria, your investment is safe. Government will not take over your investment. So I guess what you're asking is, how will they find it easy to repatriate the proceeds of their investment? we're addressing the issue of the deficiency in foreign exchange by trying to open up new sectors that we're already beginning to see bringing in foreign exchange. The non-oil sector inflows of foreign exchange is beginning to tick up, and that is where we must concentrate. We're having challenges because our oil sector is underperforming in terms of production, and therefore oil dollars have been reduced to a mere trickle. So the problem we have is that of supply and demand, and we just need to increase the supply to address the problem. So in the medium term, this will be addressed, and also we're incurring a lot of costs in terms of fuel subsidy, spending scarce dollars to import PMS into Nigeria. This will be paid to when the Dangote refinery comes on stream, either the first or second quarter of next year. It will obviate the need for us to import refined petroleum products in Nigeria. And the most important component for us is that we will not need to be spending dollars to buy refined petroleum products, because we can buy them locally from the Dangote refinery.
Now, what assurances are you giving these investors? Because I heard you speak at the event, you tell them, come and invest, Nigeria is ready for business. What assurances are you giving them that will make it attractive for them to come and invest in Nigeria?
Well, we're telling them that you get the highest returns on investment in Nigeria. Check the numbers. There is nowhere in the African continent where you get the kind of returns that you get in Nigeria. Are there risks? Yes, risks are there. In some cases, risks are elevated, but that's the same reason why investors do their due diligence before coming in. So the ones that have been able to come in should tell you that they're making good profits. And we've told investors, look into the kind of investors that are in Nigeria and the kind of returns that they are making. That is a signal that shows that Nigeria's economy is really a good place to do business.
Talking about job creation, how is your administration handling it? Because several times I have even heard you say there's need to create more jobs for the youth in order to stop them from engaging in negative acts that will affect the country. Talk to me about job creation and how you are handling it, especially towards election period early next year.
Well, we are blessed with a very large population. At 110 million people, it is a very large population. And this population is 60% youths of aged 35 years and below. So it means we have youths, a large number of youths on an annual basis coming into the work stream. And we're not able to create jobs at the rate at which they are coming out. So what we're trying to do is to turn to supporting the same youths to be developed as entrepreneurs themselves, so that they can create their own businesses and end up also employing people. We have up to about 41 million MSMEs in Nigeria, and is growing on a daily basis. The financial services system have different packets and pockets of funds, including the DFIs, that are targeted at supporting the small businesses. On the side of government, under our fiscal laws, we actually provided zero income tax relief for small businesses that are having turnover of 25 million naira and above. And then the medium-sized companies that are having a turnover of up to 100 million will reduce their tax rate from 30 to 20%. This is supposed to help them to retain revenues within their business, reinvest, create jobs and preserve jobs.
Next year will be election period. A lot of people are wondering whether a budget has been earmarked for the for the INEC to be able to organize this election. Talk to me about financing the election, because it's going to be the most competitive. And the president has said that he wants to leave a legacy of free, fair, clean elections.
And we will have free, fair, and clean. You see, you don't fund the election in the election year. Right. We've been funding the election from 2021 through to 2022. The INEC is ready. It has to reinvest in the IT tools that have helped them to deliver the last two elections successfully. So, towards very near the election, all we have to give them is money for logistics. So we have resourced them to be able to fund the elections, and we're confident that we're going to have one of the best elections that we have had so far in the country.
Madam Finance Minister, before we leave, what is your message to the people of Nigeria, particularly the youth? Your estimate is that about 60% of them are there looking for jobs, always ready. You go to the market, you see people hungry, trying to create things, you know. So how do you empower them ahead of the elections and beyond?
Well, not even talking about the elections, we need to empower our youths and our micro, small, medium enterprises so that they can grow and also be able to compete, not only in Nigeria, but within the African community, especially with the opportunity that we now have in the AFCFTA. So what we are asking our youths is while they look for jobs, we're asking them to create their own businesses, that there are so many different pockets of programs and financing that have been designed to enable them access a reasonably priced financing to be able to invest and grow their own businesses.
Thank you very much, Madam Finance Minister.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.